Hello, my friend. Let me ask you something, not as a doctor or a scientist, but as someone who's walked a few miles in your shoes. Have you noticed sleep isn't quite what it used to be? You lie down early, thinking you're doing the right thing. Early to bed, early to rise, just like the old saying goes. But instead of drifting off into restful slumber, you find yourself staring at the ceiling, tossing, turning, counting sheep, counting the clock. And maybe, just like my friend Walter, you wake up at 3:15 a.m., eyes wide open, brain buzzing like it's the middle of the day. You lie there for an hour, maybe two. Then you finally fall back asleep, just in time for the alarm, or the dog, or the bladder to wake you up again. By morning, your body feels like it ran a marathon, and your mind feels like it never shut off at all. You pour that first cup of coffee and think, why is sleep so hard now? I used to sleep like a log. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In fact, if you're over 60, this experience is more common than not. But here's the thing most people don't talk about. Sleep changes with age, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. The trouble comes when we don't understand those changes, or worse, when we try to fight them. Let me tell you about Walter. Walter is 68. Retired last year from the Postal Service after nearly 40 years. A good man, kept active, ate his vegetables, went for long walks every morning with his wife, Martha. But lately he's been worried. He told me, I think something's wrong with me. I go to bed early, but I just can't sleep. I'm tired all day. Is this what getting old feels like? Walter thought something was broken inside him. But the truth? What he was going through was normal and fixable. You see, after 60, our bodies begin to change in subtle but important ways. The way we digest food, the way we process medications, the way we respond to light, and yes, the way we sleep. The big sleep myth: older people need less sleep. Let me set the record straight. You may have heard people say, well, old folks just don't need as much sleep. That's not quite true. We may sleep differently, but we still need close to 7 hours of good, restful sleep every night to stay healthy, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Unfortunately, what we often get is fragmented sleep. We wake more easily. We spend less time in deep sleep. We wake up earlier, sometimes long before sunrise, and then we feel tired, groggy, even a little depressed. And here's where things get tricky. When we don't sleep well, our health starts to pay the price. What science says about sleep loss after 60? Modern science has been digging into this issue for decades, and what they're finding is sobering. At the University of Sydney in Australia, researchers followed thousands of older adults and found that men who slept poorly lived an average of 2.3 years less than those who slept well. For women, it was 1.8 years. That may not sound like much, until you realize that those years are often the difference between seeing your grandchildren graduate or not. And it gets worse. Sleep deprivation isn't just about feeling tired. It's about your heart, your brain, your immune system, and even your risk of chronic disease. A 25-year study in the UK tracked over 7,000 people over age 50. Those who slept less than 5 hours a night had a 20% higher risk of developing serious chronic conditions, a 40% higher risk of developing 2 or more conditions at once. We're talking about high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, even certain cancers, all from not getting enough sleep. Emotional turmoil, memory loss, and faster aging. And let's not forget the emotional toll. People who consistently sleep less than 6 hours are significantly more likely to suffer from anxiety, irritability, loneliness, and depression. They also report more headaches, more back pain, more gut issues, and more of those I just don't feel right days. Then there's the big one, memory. A major study out of Paris tracked over 8,000 adults in their 50s and 60s. They found that people who slept less than 6 hours a night had a 30% higher risk of developing dementia later in life. Those who regularly slept 5 hours or less, their risk doubled. So when people say, you're lucky you don't need much sleep, you might want to politely disagree, because sleep isn't a luxury. It's a basic building block of a long, healthy life. Now that we understand how deeply sleep impacts our health after 60, let's talk about something even more practical. What can we actually do about it? You see, the biggest mistake many older folks make is this. They go to bed too early. Let me explain. Back in the day, turning in at 9 p.m. felt like the right thing. You worked hard, the sun went down, the day was done. But the body changes as we age, especially after 60 and even more so into our 70s and beyond. The hormone that helps us fall asleep, melatonin, starts to shift. It doesn't rise as early in the evening as it used to. In fact, many older adults don't start producing enough melatonin until closer to 10:30 or 11 p.m. So when we get in bed at 8:30 or 9 p.m., we end up lying there frustrated, tossing and turning. The body simply isn't ready. There was a fascinating study out of UC San Francisco. Researchers looked at over 2,000 older adults. Guess what they found? Those who forced themselves to sleep early, before their natural melatonin kicked in, ended up taking longer to fall asleep, waking up more throughout the night, and feeling more tired in the morning. Early sleep isn't better sleep. Instead, sleep that follows your natural rhythm is far more restful. Ideal bedtime, between 10:30 and 11:30 p.m. According to the Chinese Society of Geriatric Medicine and corroborated by Harvard Sleep Studies, the ideal window for people over 60 is about 10:30 to 11:30 p.m. Why? Because that's when your body is finally ready. Go to sleep then and you'll fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling more refreshed. And how long should you sleep? Not 8 hours, not 9. The magic number is 7 hours. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. What about waking up at night? Let's talk about that common frustration. You fall asleep fine, but then BM, 2:47 a.m., and you're wide awake. It's not just you. This midnight waking is common in older adults, but it doesn't have to ruin your sleep. Here's the trick: don't panic. Don't grab your phone. Don't turn on the lights. Don't start watching the news. Instead, stay calm. Breathe deeply. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Maybe do some gentle mental exercises, like counting your breath backward from 100 or visualizing a peaceful place. And remember, even resting quietly in bed helps the body recover. Sleep helpers that actually work. Here are 4 powerful habits that help support better sleep naturally. 1. Stick to a routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. Why? Because your body loves rhythm. When you keep the same routine, your internal clock begins to regulate itself. That means falling asleep becomes easier, and staying asleep does too. Studies show that waking up around 6:30 to 7 a.m. every day helps balance your sleep hormones. 2. Create a sleep-only bedroom. Your bedroom should be for 2 things only: sleep and rest. No TV, no iPad, no late-night crossword puzzles in bed. Make the room dark, quiet, and cool. Use blackout curtains if you need to. Keep a fan running for white noise. And your mattress and pillow? Make sure they're actually comfortable. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to temperature and pressure. A good pillow and supportive mattress can make a world of difference. 3. Watch that evening beverage. This one's simple. Don't drink too much water right before bed. And steer clear of coffee, tea, soda, or anything with caffeine after 2 p.m. Many of us think a cup of herbal tea at 9 p.m. is harmless, but if it gets you up to pee 3 times overnight, your sleep suffers. Instead, try a small glass of warm milk about 45 minutes before bed. It's calming and might even help with sleep quality. 4. Calm the mind before sleep. Here's the honest truth. It's not your body that keeps you up at night, it's your mind. You lie down, and suddenly your brain goes into overdrive. You think about the doctor's appointment, the bills, the grandkids, the neighbor's barking dog, the future, the past. To fix this, we need a gentle wind-down ritual. Try this. About 30 minutes before bed, dim the lights and stop using electronics. Put on soft music. Read a light book or devotional. Do some gentle stretches. And if you're open to it, try box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, Exhale for 4 and hold again for 4. Repeat 4 or 5 times. You'd be surprised how well it calms the body. Daytime habits that set you up for better sleep. Great sleep doesn't begin at night. It begins in the morning. Start your day with 15 minutes of sunlight. Go out for a short walk or sit by a bright window. Sunlight helps reset your circadian rhythm and tells your body, this is day. Also, take a brief nap if you need it, but keep it short. No more than 20 to 30 minutes, ideally between 1 o'clock and 2:30 p.m. This kind of nap can actually improve your alertness and mood without disrupting your night's sleep. And lastly, move your body. A walk, some light gardening, tai chi. Anything that gets you moving helps tire your muscles and sets the stage for deeper sleep later. Now that we've talked about the right bedtime, how to wind down properly, and how daytime habits can help us sleep better, let's finally talk about one of the biggest myths out there. The 8-hour sleep rule. How many times have you heard this? You need to sleep 8 hours every night to be healthy. Well, for most people over 60, that's just not true. In fact, chasing 8 hours of sleep might actually do more harm than good. The surprising truth about 7 hours. Let's talk science. In a massive study published in the medical journal JAMA Network Open, researchers followed more than 320,000 people across Asia for 14 years. What they found was surprising. Those who slept exactly 7 hours per night had the lowest risk of death from all causes. Heart disease, stroke, cancer, you name it. And here's what's even more shocking. People who slept 8 hours had a 9% higher risk of dying. 9 hours? The risk jumped 18%. And those who slept 10 hours had a 43% higher risk of death. Too much sleep can be just as harmful as too little. Your brain loves 7 hours, too. Sleep isn't just about the body, it's about the brain. A joint study by Fudan University in China and Cambridge University in the UK looked at nearly 500,000 people's sleep habits and brain health. And what did they find? Those who consistently slept 7 hours a night had the best results across the board. A sharper memory, quicker thinking, better emotional control, less anxiety and depression. Not only did they feel better, but their brains actually aged more slowly. So if you've been worrying that 7 hours isn't enough, rest easy. 7 hours is just right. Sleep needs change as we age. Here's something your younger self didn't know. As we grow older, we don't need as much sleep as we used to. A teenager might need 9 to 10 hours. A 30-year-old might need 7.5 to 8. But once we hit 60, our bodies usually do best with 6.5 to 7.5 hours. And the best sign of healthy sleep? How you feel the next day. If you wake up clear-headed, have energy during the day, and can stay focused, then you've had enough sleep. Even if it wasn't a full 8 hours. Don't let numbers stress you out. Many seniors fall into the trap of watching the clock at night. I went to bed at 10, it's now 2 a.m. I've only had 4 hours. This kind of mental math creates stress, which makes sleep harder. Here's the truth. Good sleep is about quality, not quantity. It's better to get 6.5 hours of restful, uninterrupted sleep than 9 hours of broken, anxious tossing and turning. So stop chasing the number. Instead, focus on these 3 questions. 1. Do I feel alert in the morning? 2. Am I emotionally balanced during the day? 3. Can I get through my activities without heavy fatigue? If you answered yes, your sleep is probably just fine. Final wisdom. Sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. Sleep is nature's way of healing us. It's during sleep that your heart rate slows down, blood pressure drops, cells repair themselves, brain flushes out toxins, immune system strengthens, emotions find balance. In other words, good sleep is the cheapest, most powerful medicine you'll ever take. So don't ignore it. Don't be proud of sleeping less. And don't feel guilty for protecting your bedtime. One last thing, the 4 evening habits that make all the difference. If there's anything to remember from all this, it's this. How you sleep depends on how you live. And these 4 simple habits, when done every evening, can change everything. 1. Stick to a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This stabilizes your body clock and improves sleep efficiency. 2. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. Cool, dark, quiet. No screens, no noise, just peace. This helps your brain know it's time to rest. 3. Avoid fluids 2 hours before bed. This reduces nighttime bathroom trips. Also, be mindful of what you drink. No caffeine or alcohol late in the day. 4. Quiet the mind before sleep. Worry is the enemy of rest. Instead of overthinking, try a calming bedtime routine. Read, pray, stretch, or listen to soft music. Even 5 minutes of deep breathing can help you drift off. Let's wrap this up. So, my friend, here's what we've learned. Sleep changes after 60. It's normal. 7 hours is the sweet spot. Early bedtime isn't always better. Your body follows its own rhythm. And most importantly, how you sleep determines how well you age. Sleep isn't about chasing numbers. It's about honoring your body, listening to what it needs, and making peace with the night. So tonight, when you lie down, don't stress. Let go. Breathe easy. You've earned your rest, and your best years may still lie ahead. Rested, joyful, and deeply alive.